Because sometimes you will sacrifice that 10 years of your life courting someone, and at the end of the day, you guys go your separate ways. So 3 months or at most 1 year, it's okay.
Not really necessarily to be a very long time courtship. It could be short, it could be long. It depends on understanding. You could meet someone today and you get to understand each other, and the person is meant to be yours. You could go ahead with the whole thing. There's really no limit to courtship. Like I said, getting to know each other. If the person is really what you want, you can go for it. It might be a month, it might be 2 months, it might be 3, and some can actually lead to 5 years or something.
I think maximum of a year. So even if you court for 7 years, 10 years, you never fully know the person until you eventually live with the person. So
courtship should last maximum 2 years. 2 years. If it is going 3 years, you can't know someone like forever. Like you can't know everything about the person. So 2-3 years is okay. So if it is more than that, you get to know each other in the marriage. So that's how life is. You can't just know everything through a short period of time. So courtship should last for just 2 years. It's okay.
Depends on individuals involved in the courtship. Some they courted for 7 years and their marriage didn't last. And we've seen people who courted for just few months and over 10 years they are still in marriage. So I think it depends on the individuals. You can't say that a courtship should last for a certain period of time. It depends on the individuals.
For courtship, it can be between 1 year and 2 years. The simple truth is you cannot know everything about your partner. Even if you have courted for 10, 15 years, you still cannot know everything about your partner. You can only get to know some things. But the important thing is for you to know basic things. And you must be ready for the individual differences. So far, you are ready for the individual differences. You will be able to cope with any challenge that comes in marriage. Because the truth is, there is no way you won't face challenge in marriage. If not challenge, you will face challenges in marriage. It will definitely come, but you must be ready for the differences. You must be ready to overcome it. When you begin to experience your challenge in marriage, you should not see it as the end of the world. But you should know that you are ready for it, and you must be totally ready for it. And like we all know that it takes two to tango. The two of them must be ready to set things right. The two of them must be ready to overcome it. So for courtship, for relationship, it is okay between 1 and 2 years, but even if it's not up to that or if it's more than that, you still must know basic things about your partner, and you must be ready for differences. There is no way, even if you use 5 years, you use 10 years, it's not possible to know your partner 100%. But the most important thing is you must be ready for differences, and you must be ready to endure. You must be ready to allow understanding to take place in your relationship and in your marriage.
To me, 2-3 years.
I think courtship will not last more than maybe 2 or 3 years.
And you must be ready for the individual differences. So far, you are ready for the individual differences. You will be able to cope with any challenge that comes in marriage. Because the truth is, there is no way you won't face challenge in marriage. If not challenge, you will face challenges in marriage. It will definitely come, but you must be ready for the differences. You must be ready to overcome it. When you begin to experience your challenge in marriage, you should not see it as the end of the world. But you should know that you are ready for it, and you must be totally ready for it. And like we all know that it takes two to tango. The two of them must be ready to set things right. The two of them must be ready to overcome it. So for courtship, for relationship, it is okay between 1 and 2 years, but even if it's not up to that or if it's more than that, you still must know basic things about your partner, and you must be ready for differences. There is no way, even if you use 5 years, you use 10 years, it's not possible to know your partner 100%. But the most important thing is you must be ready for differences, and you must be ready to endure. You must be ready to allow understanding to take place in your relationship and in your marriage.
To me, 2-3 years.
I think courtship will not last more than maybe 2 or 3 years.
All righty, welcome back. It's still the maid counselor and Pastor Mrs. Olayinka Ayodeji, and she is a relationship coach. Good morning, sir. Relationship coach. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma. You're welcome to Mid Morning Marriage. But before we nip it at the bud, how long should a courtship take? Let's start with you, sir.
Well, I think there's no particular period. I think it depends on individuals. Yeah, it depends. There is no stipulated period of time or duration for a good courtship. Some might be 2 years, some might be a year. For me, I think within a year, my marriage, I proposed in April. She said yes in July. We did introduction in December.
Wow.
I think the major issue is people are mixing up the purpose of courtship.
Okay.
When the purpose is not known, abusing everything, people don't know why they are in courtship. Courtship for me is not dating. Courtship is to know whether this person is suitable for me for marriage.
So at what point do you move dating to courtship?
When you are conscious and when you are satisfied that I can go on with the partner. You see, marriage is about two people. We are trying to see, can I work with this person? My personality, my beliefs, my gender, my beliefs about life. So it's all about decoding the person in that person. It's not about the structure. It's about the inner being. You know, like Yoruba used to say, that means you lost character. And you are saying you don't have, how do I say it?
You're not married.
You are not married. And it's because you actually lost character. So marriage is not about beauty. So for me, it's about discovering who you are. I want to know.
I think that proverb itself even has, something that we need to tweak about it. Okay. It's not only character that does not make a woman to be unmarried.
Yes.
But we are going to come back to that.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. So how long should a courtship take?
Well, like you said, like Pastor you said, I think there's no stipulated time to courtship.
And Mama, say you look good.
Thank you.
You look very
Thank you very much. There's no stipulated time. It has to do a lot with emotional maturity.
Okay.
When both parties are mature, like in the old, my mom got married, I think in her very early 20s, maybe 22, I think, or 21. And at that time, she was really very matured. I looked back, so she was mature because she was staying in Lagos. She was doing a lot of things for her uncle. She said she would work from Ikoyi to Falomo. She would go and drop the children in school. She was very matured, did you get? So I think emotional maturity in the real sense of it, helps a lot. And like you were saying that purpose, when you discover who you are. And then, you also said that dating is not dating, it's courtship. Now, the issue we have is that if we do a lot of dating and we do less friendship.
Yeah.
So when friendship is in place,
Yes.
actually dating will become negligible.
Yeah.
And then we just, from that friendship, you have been friends with the person. And then you know that, okay, this person is not going my direction. Or this one, we sync so well. And then we can align on this marriage journey. And then I like this person. And you just take your eyes off so many things. Then when you get married, the eye opener becomes a reality.
I think in addition to what she said, I think like she said, emotional maturity
is
I think psychological maturity, financial maturity. So it's all about maturity. No, somebody can be 40 and he's still behaving like 20.
Maturity, the tasks they've been exposed to.
Okay, all right.
That has a lot to do with maturity, emotional maturity.
Ability to overlook things.
Exactly, to overlook things, to understand temperaments.
Yeah.
Did you get it? To understand that we are different. Did you get it? Like, I might expect, marriage is very interesting. Yeah. People say it's complicated, but it's interesting actually. It's not as complicated, but it's rather more interesting. You know why? The reason why is that two people from different backgrounds grew up with different parents, sometimes from different cultures. Sometimes from the same culture, or grew up in different cultural environments, sometimes in different parts of the world, and came together in marriage. Excuse me.
Okay. All right. So we've been able to establish that courtship doesn't really, like, the number of years doesn't really matter.
And age also.
The age doesn't really matter. It's just maturity. Okay. So now, the two matured people,
Yeah.
they've come together.
Yeah.
They've formed their home, they're married. And then there are so many factors that might, crop up and might make clashes to come in place. So what are those factors that might, cause clashes in marriage, and what are those things in particular that might make probably the man of the house to grow silent, and it might lead to withdrawal? First, let's talk about those factors and that particular one that might make the man of the house to withdraw.
There's a lot. Like she said, we are from different background, different exposures. So background is one of the major factors that contributes. You can't imagine somebody that grew up in a well-balanced home. You are raised from a single parent. Your view about lives are totally different. The way you see life are totally different. So most of the time, our background, our level of exposure, in fact, the way you handle money can cause problem. The way you attend to opposite sex, like for me, I grew up in a guy's house. We are 5 boys, and you can't compare me with somebody that grew up in the mixed background. So it takes maturity from my side to know how to relate with opposite sex, because I never had one. Hey, we are all guys. So these are so you must retrain yourself. You must relearn if you are going to make marriage work, because marriage is about two people that made up their mind that it's going to work. A lot of factors, in fact, the least factor you never imagine can cause quarrel in marriage.
Let's have some of those factors,
Like, for example, I said our background contributes a lot. That. I also said exposure.
Okay. Our
views about life. What again? The way we handle matters also matters. Like somebody asked earlier, he said, what about forgiveness? If you don't have a large heart, if you cannot contain things, if you cannot overlook little issues, you are going to have a serious problem.
To that bit that, the man will start withdrawing, but we are going to come to that. Those factors, I saw that, you were like corroborating with what he was
like
saying.
He said a lot. Differences in upbringing plays a whole lot of role in creating differences and issues in marriage. Finances, our perspective to life. Little things. Let me be more practical. Little things like you press the toothpaste from here,
yes.
from the middle. Now, pressing toothpaste from the middle and from the bottom are two different things. What it means is that someone that can press it anywhere is like that person is a carefree person. But someone that presses
very intentional.
From that is intentional, is deliberately, it's deliberate. So before you know it, it's more organized. So they start having issues. Now, why do you have to do that? And if ability to overlook things, some people can't take their eyes away from these things. Oh, that was how you did yesterday. Then some people have, they say women nag, I don't know. Some men too nag. I mean, everybody nags, I'm sorry. So it gets into nagging. You start nagging, and then sometimes you keep repeating the same thing again and again.
Because men give the silent treatment.
Exactly.
That's why women nag more.
They nag.
When you are pushed to the wall.
So many things.
Anyway, we are going to find out.
Exactly. So many things. Someone goes very early someone is very prompt. The other person is not as prompt. That creates a lot of issues. So many things. Somebody is neat, somebody is not as neat. So many things.
Too many factors.
So many factors.
Okay, so we've seen that there are so many factors that can cause, rifts in marriages.
Okay.
There's a particular one that happens when maybe it's like a heavy blow, and both might say, okay, we are not going our separate ways. Divorce is not the case, but they start giving silent treatment. What is that one major thing that can make a man to say, let me just stay at arm's length with this woman?
Many things, not even major, even minute things.
Like, what is that one?
Let me give you an example. One of the major things that you
counselor.
must know about men is that, you see, women see it as pride, but men see it as honor. One of the things that you must know in marriage is that men like being honored. You must rub their ego. Respect is natural with men. They can't take it for granted. Let me give you an example.
Top one on
My
the-
wife went to, it's just a small thing. My wife went to Lagos. She's in Lagos presently to attend to some client. She's a clinical psychologist. So she called early this morning. Me and my kid, we are set to pray. So she called this morning to talk to my boy. And that guy had an issue. So he wanted to cancel the boy. So he called. I pick it. My dear, whatever. So please, I want to talk to Dulcie. I gave over the phone to Dulcie. You started talking to her, encouraging her, counseling her. We are set to pray. That, as little as that was, we were set to pray. I was hanging on. I was boiling because there's a lot I want to put in. I want to finish devotion with them and attend to some other thing. For me, I was boiling. So while he was talking to that, I put I pick up my phone. I was texting her. This is disrespect. I'm here for something. Said, and she replied, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to. But that little thing can aggravate to a lot of things. And you must understand the psychology of men. They don't take disrespect. They don't take it for granted. Even though they overlook a lot. But they don't take it.
Are you sure men overlook a lot?
It depends. So. Like
Depends
little
on
thing
the-
I just discussed with you now. I can aggravate it. What do you mean? I'm here. You are taking my time, talking to my son. When I have a lot to do. That's disrespect. That's dishonor. I can aggravate it. So it depends on our capacity.
You only chose not to.
I only
So
choose not to.
but I think that aggravation might stem from bottled emotions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because-
it's being repeated.
Yes,
Repeatedly. So
yes.
you just like took a little one and took it out of proportion.
So how do you manage that?
How do you manage? I think there's something I always say when I talk about marriage and relationship. One of the key things that we have, I think sometimes you overlook, is the knowledge of temperament. I tell people, before you get married, before I got married, I understood that if I understand temperament, I have solved 50 to 60% of marriage issues.
Yes.
Then it was a theory. Now I know it's not a theory. It's actually it's tested and tried. So I think a lot of times we don't understand who we're married to. Then also at that time also I still tell people, I say, why would you want to get married to a man and you don't even know how men think? You have not read books, you haven't watched videos on how they think, their psychology, the way they are built, how differences as individuals. Why would you want to marry a woman? And the first thing you're thinking about is photo shooting and what is it?
The marriage, the
What-
wedding
what-
itself.
Exactly. Wedding planning, wedding vendors. They are good, but excuse me, the key things should go first. Understand that you want to get married to a woman and understand how women think. We are wired differently. Men are wired differently from us, and we are wired differently. So the minute you understand that, then there's no issue. Now I had an older uncle. They are both. I stayed with them when I was in the university. Now they are both late now. I watched how daddy managed mommy. You know what happened? Mommy will always go late to church every Sunday. Like I've not seen that on Saturday. We will enter our room, plan everything from the gele to the clothes for everything to shoes. Then Sunday morning we come. We will even tie the gele, pre-tie. Then Sunday morning we come. Mommy will just say, I don't want to wear that clothes again. I don't want to wear this shoe again. I don't want to. And daddy is the head of the men's fellowship. They have to get to church before so time. And they are driving from Oliole to Jericho. And mommy will, all the time, sincerely, the daddy will be downstairs. Daddy would have been downstairs 30 minutes before time.
Boiling.
No. Daddy will be in the car, seated there. Just seated. Sometimes when it's really still like an hour has gone, you come and say, Mommy, how far? I say, I'm almost done.
Wow.
Then we enter the car, daddy drives. I say, are you ready? And it happened repeatedly. I said, what level of emotional, as in, I was thinking,
Definitely get
I'm
angry.
like, excuse me, this is interesting. But he understood his wife.
That's
He understood her and he
That's
had the
mature.
emotional maturity. So I give it
that's
to him.
maturity you are
That's
talking
maturity,
about.
you know.
So if you are not mature, don't even
Don't even
dampen
bother.
into marriage.
Growing up, I lived hung around a whole lot of older couples, and I saw the way we women behave, and I saw the way the men behave. Those older generation of men. I know some of those women, some of those our mommies, they can just like go to places. I don't care, you know? And then the daddies would just be like, and I'm like, wow, this is interesting, you know. Give it to the men.
And you say one of the problem I am having with this generation is this. each time I open my social media, Facebook, whatever, I see a lot of people preparing for a day, ignoring many days.
Many days ahead, many
They are-
years.
Yes, you see the way they are dancing, they will have taken time to rehearse their dancing step. But have they rehearsed how they will handle their marriage? Have they thought about this thing called marriage?
Probably they don't know they have to rehearse. Sometimes they don't know. Well, I tell, like, I do a lot of counseling, a lot of pre-marriage counseling. And I tell people, I say, I love the dancing.
Yes.
I love the wedding planning. Oh, it's so beautiful. I do all the paparazzi. But make sure that you prepare for the journey ahead because it's a lot. So know what you need to know. There are some things, knowledge is power.
Nah.
Power.
You
Why
see,
is it that men are the ones that tend to give the silent treatment the most? Why do you think?
Because you know why? The reason why is that we sometimes don't remember that we are tailored to converse. We want to talk. When an issue happens, I want to talk about it. You want to talk about it. You don't want to put it under the carpet. Right? Men are not like that. They are wired to hold back. They're wired to be silent.
So you wanted to say something?
you see, those that cannot hold back are the one beating their wives. Yeah. They're the one beating their wives because, they are pushed to the wall. And marriage, for me, when any marriage crash, for me, I mean, I'm entitled to my opinion. I believe is the man, and I will tell you why. You are the head of your house. You determine what happens. There are things I do that some men can never do. There are ways I tolerate my wife that you can't. You know why? I understand marriage. What is important in marriage is what I want to get out of this home. I want peace. Many don't understand. What do you want to achieve out of that marriage?
Talking about peace, sometimes you get men say that, I want peace, and they are not the one giving the peace. They are not giving out the
And
peace.
the woman is just tagging along.
Exactly.
Some of the reason,
What you give me, I'll give back.
some of
Aura
the
for aura.
reason why we're having this issue is because a lot ignore red flags in courtship. As a pastor, I'm handling a lot of youth. Presently, I see people going to marry. I'm still warning, but they are not hearing. You see red flags,
that's
and you are ignoring it because you are carried away by emotion.
It's
You are
butterflies.
you are madly in love. I used to tell them in my church, I said, see, má jẹ́ kí ọfà fẹ́ bẹ́ ẹ lára. Once love arrow enters you, you misbehave. You even lose your brain. Once you are carried away by love, you misbehave. You are no longer seeing reality. You understand? So the problem is, even in court, you see, some of the things that interplay in marriage, you see, you actually witness it in courtship. But because you ignore them, you get carried away in courtship.
But even, like you said, no matter the amount of years courtship takes, you might not know a person 100%.
You might not know the person,
You
but
might,
you would have seen the
marriage
traces.
is more than love.
You would have
marriage-
sincerely.
That's the beginning.
It's the beginning, but you see, let me tell you, while I was courting, I was dating a lady. We courted for some few, whatever. I was cutting that relationship and I was crying. You know why? I'm in love, but I don't lose my sense. Nowadays, we lose our sense. I'm sorry. I'm in love. I was crying. I love you, but can't marry you. Why? I can't jeopardize my future for you. I'm in love with you, but I can't marry you. That's the reality we should come to. That you love somebody doesn't mean you should marry them.
So you
No,
can love
the
them
facts
enough
and the
to let
figures,
go.
yeah.
You can love them enough to let go if you love them. But you see, somebody can be good for now. I may not be good for
the
tomorrow.
future, yeah.
I used to tell people somebody can fit in and not fix in. Yeah, somebody can fit in and not fix in. This guy you are dating, will he be good for my future? Let me give you an example. I'm dating some ladies around me, and they are dating supporting your father. And you said you are in love, and you want to continue with that marriage. What will that man be in the future?
Maybe stingy.
Not just stingy, he will be controlling. For me, if you are dating somebody and he's not in love with your family, for me, it's a no-no. One of the measurements for me to know whether this guy is good for me is if you love me, you love everything about me. I'm telling you, you will love my family. Somebody has been in my life before you coming in, and you are coming in to manage the relationship. My wife is third born. The second born, the last born, they are close to me. They seek advice from me. Why? I made myself available for them. Because if I'm in love with their daughter, if I'm love, in fact, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, they are close to me. Why? If I'm in love with your daughter, I should be in love with the parents. You understand? So one of the things you think before going, most of the problem or pressure in marriage that pushes us to go silent these things are signals in courtship. One of it is this: if you are good for me, a lady or a guy should be thinking, I'm making a choice for some people that do not have the capacity to make this choice. How? Number one, I'm making a choice of a father for my children. So it's not just about whether I'm in love. Will he be a good father? He can be a good partner, not be a good father. I want a good partner and a good father. Number one, will he be a good father? Number two, will he be a good son-in-law? Will he be a good brother-in-law? Some people are in my life before meeting you. So you must be able to balance. That's what we call maturity, ability to balance this. Some people, you want this guy, you want the woman to be a good in-law to your family. You don't want to be a good in-law to her family. They will say, asao now. As you must be balanced.
I think knowledge is really very
It's powerful.
What I think is not so much in place in this generation is that people are not so much into knowing what they want to get into.
Exactly.
Somebody just wants to fall in love. Like, what I see these days, I see younger people who want to get married. Their friends, they attend their friends' wedding and go, oh, it's so beautiful. And then the next thing, they're planning their wedding. And that's just the reason why. I mean, it's a long haul. Yeah. It's a long stretch.
So, Ma, I would like to know your opinion, as regards the silent treatment, the particular partner who gives the silent treatment more. But that's going to be after this break.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Right.
We talk about that. What exactly is silent treatment for somebody? What is silent treatment? What is it? What does it entail?
Okay. Silent treatment.
Okay, after Afra.
Okay. Silent treatment is withdrawing. Is withdrawal. When the other partner in the marriage withdraws communication, withdraws their feelings, and then once communication is withdrawn, gradually it begins to affect everything. Affects sex, affects the family, affects the children, affects.
What about food?
Of course, affects food. As in, if you're not talking to me, I don't want to eat your food. If you get it, it's just like that, So it affects everything, and then it's like diffusion in science, in biology, and it just diffuses. It just starts like a drop of ink and in a clear water, crystal water, and then it just goes and just spreads. And just spreads. And before you know it, it can spread so bad, and the home breaks into two. So it doesn't start in a day, but it's gradual, but it's withdrawal.
Okay, so being a woman, what would you say would make you go silent with your partner?
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't usually go. I made up my mind not to go silent. My husband, from day one, I say, I don't put things under the carpet. That was my slang. I don't swipe things under the carpet. So, like I said, we were in a conversation, so I want to talk about it. So I got used to, I want to talk about it now. And he said, I don't want to talk about it now. Then from day one, then we fix a time. Sometimes they gives me 2 days. I want it that day, actually. So it gives me 2 days. But I now learned to be matured by being patient. Okay, 2 days will come. So we have 2 days, we sit down, and then we talk. We talk about it. So I talk, I express the way I feel. He listens to me. Then when I allow him to talk, then I learned something very early, you know. When he's talking, I listen. When people are talking, I learn to listen. I was taught by one of my aunties to listen to people. So I listen. I listen to what they are saying. But more important, I listen to what they are not saying. So what they are not saying helps me a lot. So when I got into marriage, it helped me a lot. So I listen. I'm listening not to attack.
Okay.
That's where we have issues. Sometimes we listen to want to launch and attack. So we are defensive. We are listening in defense. I listen like, okay, we want to make things work, right? Okay, so I just have an open mind. So I listen to what he's saying that he's not saying. I listen to what is hurting him. And you know, sometimes as individuals, you might feel that, oh, you are perfect, you know it. You're not perfect, but you know what you're doing. You are the one that is right in this matter. Then by the time the other person actually talks, and you are sincere with yourself, you're like, it's true, like, I can pick my own day, I can pick, okay? And then you're like, okay.
Do you hear what the person is saying that he's not saying?
Then you listen. See, we talk about communication in law, that is the strength of marriage or strength of relationship, you know, workplace, anywhere. But listening is a key thing. It's like this nucleus, the center of communication. So it's a skill that we have to learn to build. Then listening is a skill. You must. I learned, you know, I used to be a Bible study secretary. So when I was serving in my NYSC, and then I had been used to talking because I'd been in fellowship on campus, I'd been a leader. So when I got there, I started talking. So, you know, I have a group of people I talk. And then my professor called and said, no, you are the leader, you don't talk. So you listen. So when we have a group meeting I listen. When we discuss the topic. So I learned to listen. So I listened to all of them. That helped me a lot. I listened to like 30 people. And then, okay. So it helped to build my listening skills.
We listen, we don't judge.
Yeah, so we don't judge, exactly. So listening is a key thing.
All right, Mom. So, sir, you wanted to say something when she was conversing.
Yes, because what we are actually treating today is a major issue in marriage. You know, like she said something. She said.
Or what's your own definition of silent
treatment?
treatment?
The same thing. It's about withdrawing. It's about not being engaged. You know, it's about being silent. But you know, she said something. She said, "I want to talk about it now." That's one of the problems. Women want to talk now.
No.
But the question is, am I willing to hear you now?
You know, some people would say that you should not go to bed without
yes. In fact,
without resolving
in fact, that's my principle. That's my principle at home. When we got married, I told my wife, we don't sleep on issue. But the truth is, do I want to hear you now?
No.
That's why, you see, knowing each other really matters. If we all know what to do, we do well. So one of the things about marriage is you must understand the psychology of your partner. When it's boiling, give him peace. That's when most women want to talk. And when you are talking, when the guy is boiling, it's like you are putting petrol inside fire.
Exactly.
And in fact, it's one of the problems we are having. When he is boiling, learn to stay cool. In fact, if you are, like I watched this thing on social media, a small girl, I think it's an AI son, that was telling his dad, said, Daddy, when you come home and mommy is talking, don't talk. And she said, what if I have a point? Said, keep it till the other day. Today is not the day of making points.
But what if I forget the point that was making?
Write it down. Because if the motive is to make peace, write it down.
You know, women, the way we are wired, we really want, like she mentioned,
we really
need to talk about it, to express our mind, and then that ends it there.
That's why maturity comes
in, exactly.
Even though you always want to talk about issue, men also must develop capacity to listen to women, but at the same time, try to know your man, his psychology. When he's angry, is not the time to talk. Because what you are saying can aggravate the matter. So watch him at that period. Is it the right time to talk? You know, it's not every time we talk.
You gave an example of 2 days. Sometimes it stretches like way more than 2 days.
Yes.
So how is that woman supposed to cope? Someone that wants to talk and discuss the
and
matter,
that's when the silent treatment
will
come.
You know what happened? Before it stretches more than 2 days, there had been a pile up of issues. Did you get it? Now, this issue we talk about, it advances as marriage advances. That's what I realized. Now, when we're younger, it doesn't take so long. Now, as we grow older everybody keeps moving up the ladder. The man is moving up on the ladder in his workplace, in his career, and he's becoming a man of honor. There was a case of someone that, before the husband got his PhD, I used to tell the wife, I said, okay, know how to talk to this man. Because he was a very simple guy. Anything goes, you can just do like this to him. You know what he said? I said, I don't think this will continue. I don't think. That was about maybe like 10 years. I said, I don't think. Because a man is a man. Like, number one thing for a man is respect and honor. I said, so with time, just make sure you know, that was how they started. But as sincerely it happened, when a man got his PhD and became a man of honor, you know, he didn't like to, you know, when he goes outside, people will honor him, they will respect him, come here, like treat him like a footmat. No. Issues started happening from there. So sometimes, as marriage advances, what didn't cause silent treatment in 5 years of marriage can cause it in 25 years of marriage. So that's where I think maturity, understanding our spouses as they grow older, as they become a different person, as they become more successful, more fulfilled. There are things that there is a measure of honor for both, whether a female or a male. For instance, a woman became the head of a department, and then I think the provost, and then her husband had to be more considerate because sometimes he had to enter the kitchen to help us to cook. Because she'd been in meetings from morning till night. She just leaving the meeting at 7:30 p.m. The driver brings her home, drops her, and then she's just tired. And like, can I fix something for us to eat? You know.
There's this one on sleeping in a different room. Once that silent treatment has advanced to the point whereby they sleep in separate rooms. We're going to talk about it after this break. Stay with us. All right, you're welcome back. It's still the Made Morning Show, and we are in conversation with Pastor John Ayokuno Akintayo and Pastor Mrs. Olayinka Ayodeji, talking about silent treatment in marriage. Before we took that break, I said that silent treatment in marriage, whereby they sleep in different rooms, and looking at some of these things that happen, it's rampant. Everywhere you turn to, you might see that. You might not know, because when you see them, the couple outside, you might be saying,
in church,
I love this couple.
They wear the same clothes.
Exactly. And then you go to their houses, you notice that as they are getting down from the car, daddy enters the house. He went to his room. For like 4 days, he does not converse with the woman. He does not eat his food. He's just withdrawn. So what? Let's talk about it exactly, and then it leads to a point where they now start sleeping in a different room.
You see, the way men were wired. If I'll be sincere with you, generally the way men are wired. We don't talk too much, and for men, as it were, it will be shocking, but it's the reality. The way men see it as a way of dealing with their wives. Even if issues, I'm telling you reality. We are talking about reality now. When things are happening at home, even if you go out to ask for counsel, like, you know how to deal with that? Just keep her at arm's length. He might not eat your food.
He will not.
He might not respond to you. It might be sex avoidance. That's the way African men, or maybe I don't know. There's a way we were wired. I will deal with this woman and I won't touch her. Naturally. That's yes. So women don't know that for men, it's not about shouting. For men, it's not about demonstrating. For men believe they are matured by dealing with you. I won't touch you, but I can deal with you. That's the way men are wired. So it takes a wise woman to know that you have to understand the key that opened this man.
Exactly.
When a man goes silent, it goes off. It goes off. That's the. In fact, let me be sincere to you. Forget religion, forget every other thing. The reality is that the best way in man's world to deal with their woman.
But that's terrible, because when we look at it, women, we are like chatterbox. We want to talk about things, and when you don't even eat our food, we are wondering, is this man cheating? Is this man doing? So many things are going on, and women, we love quality time. We love it when you shower with us with attention. But when this thing is lacking, like you said, men, they just want to deal with that woman. But that's terrible. That's not a right way to think.
You are supposed to understand each other.
Exactly.
So you're supposed to understand that the way he's treating you is really hurtful.
No, it depends. Before you get to that level, now let's look at older marriages. Marriages 25 years, 30 years, 20 years, 15 years. And then at that point, you have done what you have gone to see finish. There's nothing to hide again. No paparazzi, no nothing. Just you have seen yourself completely. So at that point, there might be unresolved conflicts. Now, this is a very sensitive issue, because sometimes we have people who have issues with unforgiveness. They don't forgive so easily. Some don't let go of the past so easily. So some men, they pile it up. Some women, they pile it up. They just keep piling it up. Some people are so, I would use the word, I don't want to use the word grace, that they can bring from their memory file an issue that happened in their first year of marriage after 25 years of marriage. So we deal with trauma, we deal with issues separately, differently. So I think that's why upbringing goes a long way. And sometimes I tell people, I say, study your parents-in-law, study them when their marriages, and study how they do things. That's likely to be the way. When you people get to that level of life, a little bit likely to be the way they will handle issues. Irrespective of something they even hear in church. Like you were saying that sometimes they go to church in the same car, they wear the same clothes, everybody sees them outside as perfect couples, and right there in the house, they don't have anything together, they don't talk together, no communication. Communication goes to monosyllables, just logistics. Is the car ready? Have you picked the children? Are the bills paid? And just that. No eating of food, no nothing. I know, like you said, that's way a man can kill a woman.
But we know that
silently.
A woman too can give silent treatment.
Oh yes, women too do. Yes, because it's unresolved conflicts for both parties. When conflicts are not resolved, you understand, and when we don't understand each other, you understand, then there's somehow somebody is married to a politician, and there's a way politicians do their things. They go out, they have social meetings, and you say, okay, I'm going to church all the time. I'm going to this one all the time. I'm going to my family member. We have family outing, and you don't get to, and he doesn't like it. If he continues like that over a period of time, he might be taking counsel from outside. It might just be snippet of advice like, where's your wife, madam? Call, I want to tell Elaine every time, mama. Before you know it, something starts building up, and it just you won't even know what happened. It just goes from withdrawal, and then becomes a wall. And 3 months, 6 months, 5 months, no sex, no food together, no communication in the house. Just like two people living in the same flat, flatmates, housemates, and then no marriage.
But men,
So
like you said, men are mostly
more
guilty,
prone because of
this.
Because of their nature.
Nature,
Because
exactly.
they won't want to go into too much shouting. They are not dramatic. Women are dramatic. Men are not dramatic. Yeah. And you see a guy that is dramatic, they believe he's not mature. The way men were wired, I think it's part of our ego.
Ego,
You
exactly.
want to
That
always,
ego,
you want to always
exactly.
be in charge. I don't need to talk, but I can deal with you. So I think the reality is, when we all understand the effect of this, that's when we can help each other. And one of the, before discussing the effect, the question is, what are the issues? What are the attitudes that provoke men from going into silence?
Okay, so what are they?
I'm asking
Many things.
women.
Many
There's a
things.
lot of
No,
most
Many
times-
things. No. I think
it's
it's
men that go
peculiar
silent.
too.
So what are those
when you
issues that
take
make
your man
men?
for granted, when you take your man for granted, he
In
goes
what-
into
in which
silence.
way?
So many ways. Like we said, number one, you see, we are two different gender. Like you, as a woman, you like attention. You want me to give you attention. I want you to honor me too. So when there are misplaced priority,
Oh, okay. Okay. I've seen cases where the woman maybe bought a land.
Okay.
And her husband was not aware.
Yes.
And I even heard of a case where, the woman said she wanted to surprise the man, and the man got a wind of it because she did it through one of the man's friends, and the man had said, yeah, Madam Sarah, let me come by. And how can she do that? And I think it was at the time he also felt they needed to put money together for another project, but she just felt this as an opportunity. She did it out of a good heart, out of, okay, this will be good for us in the future, and it's timely. So let me just be smart to do this. And the man took it the other way. Yes, and so
that's why you must know your man.
Okay.
You see, you must understand each other.
sometimes you don't even know. Like she didn't know, because when the issue was now brought to the open, we listened to the two of them. Exactly.
Let me just
She
surprise
did it
my
just
man.
innocently. Sometimes our naivety, Oman Kobawa, you do get it. Like,
At
we
times-
just do it in a naive way.
You see,
You
at
know,
times
so
doing the right thing at the wrong time. That's why I say misplaced priority. You want to surprise me. What you want to surprise me for rather, am I in need of it now? You know what? Most times, there is difference between want and need. For me, I think that's why marriage should be built on friendship. If the guy is not good as a friend,
Sir, what about this one? Like this scenario of probably the man found out that the child is not his.
Yes.
And then he keeps quiet. He keeps quiet and he's not talking about it. And the woman feels like, we are good, we are at par or something. Or maybe they even resolve
I even saw
issue.
a case where the child is not the man. The man got to know while the woman was pregnant from a friend that this your wife is doing one on that just so well. Eventually, the woman gave back to this child, his son, and he was light skinned, Oyibo hair, and they are both Africans. So what happened? The man came to the hospital. It happened years ago, maybe 50 years ago, or 40 years ago. The man came to the hospital, looked at the baby and said, this is our child. Oh, congratulations, we have a baby. And the woman was jittery. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do. And then the man went home, and they were married. The marriage did not break physical like that, cut into two. But the man gave the woman silent treatment. All through.
That's
and
like
then when he was able to pass on, there was nothing for the child. He sent the child to school,
best if the
took care of the child,
talked about
the question is, who is at fault?
That's the very dicey case.
Because most times we are
In that scenario, what do you want? How do you want the man to feel? And interestingly, the woman, because he told the child, said she never opened her mouth to address the issue. I felt, why wouldn't you do that? The man knows. They both. This is now a very glaring case of a bad case, a bad mess. But you said she didn't know how. She didn't know what to do.
The problem is this: study each other. Don't do what hurts me. These are reality. Avoid what hurts me. Okay. Like for example, that pregnancy.
What hurts you? Now that's what hurts you, but not on another man.
Yes,
so
that's why you must study me. My wife must study me. For example, you said she gave birth. That's a result of something that had been done in the past. When you made the mistake, why not open up to this guy? I made a mistake.
Because sometimes as women, we are scared. Women are scared to own up and say, I've made. Because it might feel like, my husband is on that boat. When I open up, this house will just catch fire.
The mistake wait, the mistake took 9 months. And the result is glaring to everybody to
that's
see.
That's how interesting it can be.
You want me to come with it throughout the rest of my life? I will deal with you. Forget about
the instance of the woman that bought a land. This one is a very severe case.
A land.
Okay.
Bought a land.
Okay.
Yes.
To surprise
the husband.
Should I be sincere with you?
Yeah.
African men, you don't carry me along. You do something. I'm telling you as an African man, not as a pastor now. Okay. That's why you must understand your man. There are things you don't surprise man with.
Okay, but what if, see that land though, it was going for sharp. And it's an opportunity. That will be a blessing to the family, sir.
Let me say something.
So how do we do
it? It's an opportunity that will be a blessing to the family. That's the way women think. Why don't you sit your man and talk to him at her?
At that time, she might feel that I know my husband might say, we don't need it now. And
that
place is in a job, like I want to buy a land in Ikoyi, and it's going for like, first come, first serve.
You know the problem with us, the way we see things differs. Men see it as a spite. Okay. Why don't you take time to convince me? Before going out, I think I've been made by sleeping.
Out of not knowing.
I think I've been made by sleeping.
Out of not knowing.
By sleeping with a man. No, the mistake I've been made by sleeping.
Even if the woman had come out to say, okay, this was what happened though, I'm sure the man would still have given that silence.
No. You know what happened? You know what happened? Is that it's better. It's better.
I will be hot.
You don't know.
But we can work it out. Now for me to get to hospital and now see a guy with a white hair.
We don't know. You know why? We don't know. The way we are wired as women, we see that we take counsel from females like us. I learned over time to take not counsel only from women like me, but also from men. I ask for their opinion. Some of their opinions are always harder. It's not soft like we take from females like us, but it's logical actually. Our own, when we take from women, are kind of sentimental. Most of the time, it's older women that have walked the talk that will tell you. Don't do like that.
So how then
still face the man and tell the man.
You know the best thing to handle this? Be your spouse's best friend. Don't hide anything. Be real. If you want to enjoy your home, two of you be real.
So what if the man is giving the silent treatment?
Okay, what if the man is now not real? I've seen cases now where the man is now not, the woman is trying to be the man's friend. Trying to obey all these rules. Okay, we have messed up, both of us. Okay, I'm sorry. Now I'm trying to be the friend, and the man is not trying to be the friend. Exactly. He's not trying. He's not forgiving. He's holding on to it. He's using it to react.
That's why I said most of these things they start from the